So hi guys, today we are starting with the middle aspect of the interior of the skull. First of all, we are briefing that what is the interior of the skull. So interior of the skull, you can see the three compartments. One is the anterior compartment, then middle compartment and the posterior compartment. How they are present over here. So anterior compartment is present somewhat superiorly. Then comes the middle compartment, that is having the middle height, and the posterior compartment is having lower height. So they are present in stepwise manner if you see. So we are dealing with this. Now we are taking the middle cranial fossa. So middle cranial fossa is the middle compartment. So middle compartment is dividing anteriorly by a ridge. So this ridge is the ridge which is found by the posterior aspect of the lesser wing of the sphenoid. Then here posteriorly it is guided by a ridge which is nothing but the superior border of the petrous part of the temporal bone. So it is present here. So on the midline we are having a body of the sphenoid. So here we are having different features which will be discussed over here. So what is the shape of this middle cranial fossa? Middle cranial fossa is having a shape looking like the butterfly. So you can see the butterfly like shape over here. So wings of the butterfly is found by the greater wing of sphenoid bone. Then body of the butterfly is found by the body of the sphenoid bone. So here we are having this. So what is the most important thing which is to be remembered over here, that middle cranial fossa is the most fragile part of the skull that is liable to the fracture. So fractures, they are more common over here. So there are three causes for this. One is the bones over here, they are do not having the diploe, and they do not having two tables of the bone. So they are only having a single table, and this table do not having diploe between these. So bone is quite thin, and moreover that the second reason is the it is having the foramens which are present here, which is adding to the weakness of this part of the bone. And the third one is that the third one is also that the many head injuries, the base of the skull, that is liable to more injure because of the position of these foramens. So they are leading to these things. So impressions, they are present over here. So then we are having foramens which are present in the middle cranial fossa. So here we are having foramens. Now coming from the midline, so what is present anteriorly? Most anterior part is the medially we are having a groove over here. So here is the groove. So this groove is known as the chiasmatic groove. So chiasmatic groove is accommodating the chiasmata of the optic nerve. So optic nerves, they are optic chiasmata is present over here lying in this groove, and this groove is leading into the optic canal. So optic canal present here. Now this part of the this body is known as the tuberculum sali. So here is present the tuberculum sali. So here is present the tuberculum sali. Then here we are having a depression. So depression is quite circular in nature. So here is spheroidal part of the hypophysis is present here. So pituitary gland is present here. So this part is appearing like saddle shape in nature. So this is also known as hypophysis for the pituitary. So here we are having this. So this part is known as tuberculum sali. So here is present the dorsum sali. So here we are having dorsum sali, and here we are having the saddle shaped cavity which is present on both the side. Anterior and posterior, there are the processes which are present over. Anteriorly we are having the anterior clinoidal process. So here is the anterior clinoidal process, and here we are having the posterior clinoidal process. The word clean means the bed. So these are the supports of the bed. You can see the four supports of the bed, they are present here, they are appearing like that. So that is why they are known as clinoid processes. So here we are having the lateral aspect and lateral and lower aspect of the body of the sphenoid bone, which is having a groove. So this groove is coming out of the foramen lacerum, and it is going anteriorly, and then it is going here, and this is the groove for the internal carotid artery, you can see. So here is the groove for internal carotid artery. Then we are having the floor of the middle cranial fossa. The floor of the middle cranial fossa is having groove for the middle meningeal artery, which is coming from the foramen spinosum, and here is the trunk of the middle meningeal artery, which is going anteriorly, then going superiorly, then going posteriorward and superiorly, then it is dividing into two parts. One is going here, like one which is going here, and it is going towards the pterion of the temporal bone. So here is present the pterion point, which is the groove here. So sometime this groove is appearing like the tunnel. A tunnel is formed by the bone over this groove. So this is more likely to be fractured during so this groove, the by fracture in this groove, this is liable to the injury to the artery which is going through this groove. So here is the anterior impression of the anterior branch of the middle meningeal artery. So here is the impression. So here is the trunk. So middle meningeal, this is the groove for middle meningeal, and what other thing is lying over here, that is the that lower aspect of the temporal lobe is present here, along with its dura mater and other meninges over the brain. So it is present here. Then we are having here the foramens, they are present here. These foramens are lying in the C shape, you can see. So these are present in the C shape. The anterior one is the superior orbital fissure, which is going like this. So here we are having the superior orbital fissure. So after it we are having the foramen rotundum. So superior orbital fissure and foramen rotundum, they are not continue to the base of the skull. You cannot see these two foramen through the base of the skull. Then comes after the foramen rotundum, we are having another foramen, that is known as foramen ovale. So foramen ovale is present here because of its oval shape. So here we are having foramen ovale, and there is a bar of the bone which is present between foramen ovale and there is present a foramen which is known as the foramen, that is canaliculus innominatus. So canaliculus innominatus is present over here. So this is that foramen. Then posterior aspect of this, we are having the foramen for the emissary, that is the foramen for the middle. Here is the foramen spinosum, we can see the foramen spinosum, and sometimes here is present near, that is just medial to this foramen. We are sometimes having a foramen which is known as foramen of Vesalius, which is present sometimes. So these foramens from anterior to posterior, they are present in the form of C. So C फॉर्म में ये प्रेजेंट होते हैं। देन वी आर हैविंग ए फोरामन विच इज प्रेजेंट ऑन द एपिकल पार्ट ऑफ द petrous part of the temporal bone meeting to the sphenoid bone. This is known as foramen lacerum. So these are the foramens which are present here. Then we are having here so here we are having a foramen spinosum which is present just behind this foramen ovale. So here is present the foramen spinosum. The foramen spinosum is name given because on the inferior aspect foramen spinosum is lying just anterior to the spinous process of the sphenoid bone. So that is why this foramen is known as the foramen spinosum. So now we are having the anterior aspect of this. We are having these. So till now we are having these, and then the structure passing through these foramens, they are covered in our next session. Till then, bye bye.